But here's the real point, y'all. The problem is not hearing God, because he speaks to us all the time. And he cannot be drowned out by the noise of the world. Just like can't be drowned out by the band or anything else. The problem is not hearing his voice. The problem is recognizing his voice when we hear it. Will you help me? All you have to do is just recognize who said. You just stand and face that way. We're going to be behind you.
State University Day at Lewis Chapel Missionary Baptist Church.
Fayetteville State University Day at Lewis Chapel Missionary Baptist Church.
It was my dad.
It was your dad? Okay, all right. Are you sure? You're sure? You recognize his voice. Thank you. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Even when he tried to make his voice different, you had no issue recognizing his voice because you spent enough time talking to your own father to recognize his voice. Lean in, child of God. The problem is not hearing God's voice. The problem is spending enough time with him that you recognize his voice. Wouldn't it be something, wouldn't it be a shame if we spend more time being on social media and TikTok and whatever it is, that we spend more time in those things than we spend time learning to hear and recognize the voice of God. Sometimes God has been speaking to us and we dismissed it because we weren't spending enough time with him to recognize his voice when he speaks. When he speaks wisdom. When he speaks life. But sometimes we can't recognize it because we haven't spent enough time with him. You thought you were experiencing deja vu. That ain't deja vu. That's God trying to speak to you. But because we don't spend enough time in his house, in his presence, in conversation with him through prayer, through devotion, through worship, we don't know his voice.